Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher. Congressman, this is so infuriating on so many levels. You might not have seen the clip we played earlier of my interview with Anthony Fauci in February of 2020, where I pursued this line of questioning, and his answer was that he knows these scientists and he's has a lot of faith in their, the answers and they've provided and so forth. But now it's like, oh no, I never changed my mind. What?
Well, it's crazy. And a month prior to your interview, Fauci was out there saying, we don't need to worry. The Chinese Communist Party has it under control, and we will not see human-to-human transmission. And a week later, we saw our first case of human-to-human transmission in America. Then, of course, Fauci has admitted to lying to us about the masks. And now, a week and a half ago, he was in front of the Senate. And when questioned by Senator Rand Paul, I believe he either straight out lied or is hiding behind a highly legalistic interpretation of gain-of-function research. In either case, he's not being fully forthcoming. We know for a fact that Fauci's organization, NIAID, funneled money, U.S. taxpayer money, to the EcoHealth Alliance run by Dr. Peter Daszak. Dr. Peter Daszak has built his entire career and reputation on doing research, including gain-of-function research with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And Daszak is the only American that was allowed on the WHO investigative team. The one person in the world who has the biggest conflict of interest was the one person we allowed to investigate the Wuhan Institute of Virology. That's absolutely insane. And so for Psaki to go out there and say, we have hope that the WHO is going to investigate this in a more transparent manner, please. I'm sorry, but that is unacceptable. We cannot rely on the WHO, which has been corrupted by the Chinese Communist Party, to get to the bottom of this. We have to do an independent investigation. We need all the intel declassified. And the final thing I say is the intel community was corrupted by the exact same scientists that they were relying upon. In April of 2020, the DNI went out there and said the intel community agrees with the scientific consensus that it was a natural emergence and not a lab leak. And I guarantee you, Laura.
Yeah, Congressman, I got to ask you, what do we get for all this money that we give to the intel communities? We're funding a woke military right now that's doing critical race theory and all the cartoon recruitment ads and pushing all their social justice issues. So we're doing that, funding that. Now we're funding this? I mean, we're spending trillions of dollars over decades on this intel community, and now they're taking the benefit, giving the benefit of the doubt to China?
Well, I'll say this as a former human intelligence officer. I come from that world. This is the biggest intel failure since 9/11, and it needs to be investigated. And more to the point, we're giving our foremost adversary, the Chinese Communist Party, a gift. Look no further than Alaska, when their diplomats sit across from our diplomats and they lecture us about the dangers and evils of racism in America. They're co-opting the woke narrative. They're co-opting the critical race theory narrative that too many on the far left are using every single day. They're turning us against ourselves, and we're giving a gift to our foremost adversary, and it absolutely has to stop. And if you reject that, then I think all Americans should just get behind the simple idea that we need to get to the bottom of this crazy virus and pandemic that has upended all of our lives for the last year, if for no other reason than we don't want it to happen again, and we don't want our taxpayer dollars to fund this type of research and this type of incompetence.
Now, and why did the Obama administration, at the tail end of its time in office, why did they push for the lifting of the moratorium on the gain-of-function research? That memo came down, I believe, in early January of 2017. Why was that done? It's all all of this needs to be looked at. But, Congressman, you've been such a great voice on this, and keep digging, please. We just love having you on. Thank you.